Alrighty then, so we're like in the home stretch here and going to finish this one up. Um, I was putting it back together again, and I didn't like the light. The orange light was just not bright enough, so I decided to take it apart, and when I did, other things happened here. Things started breaking. So the little metal clips broke off the bottom and they're soldered on, and I was going to solder them back on, and I thought, you know what? We don't need these. We don't need these clips. We don't need them at all. Also, routing of the wires was a problem. So I'm going to take the cab apart here so you can see what's going on. Um, the uh, the little pins here on the side. Let's see if I can get it apart. There you go. So this thing sits in there pretty good. Um, I made a little notch here and a notch here, and I thought I was going to bring the wires out and through here, and so I carved this out, and as it turns out, there's plenty of room underneath. As you can see on this wire right here, there's plenty of room underneath this little ledge. So I thought, you know what, I'll bet there's something going in that ledge. So here's the window piece, the side window piece that goes in there, and it goes outside of it. And what the little blue, this blue rectangle here does is it pushes against the outside of the window here, and then when it goes down in the bottom, then that's where it latches down here in the bottom. So the combination of the things kind of like a jigsaw puzzle here, but there's room underneath this, like this, to pull the wires up. Now I can pull the purple one on either side. The blue one's coming up on this side, or yellow one's coming up on this side. Unfortunately, the way I've got it set up here, I didn't allow enough room for the yellow wire to come all the way up. I've got plenty of room for the blue and the purple to come all the way up to this. And when you put this jigsaw puzzle together, it kind of looks like this, right? You take this guy, which is the interior, and it faces the front, right, like that, okay? And then you can put this piece on, the other piece on, whatever. This piece, notice I've marked it in blue because I thought I was going to have to shave that out for the wires, and in fact I don't. That fits right in there like that, right? This other piece, which is where the wires now are going to come up through where the metal clips were, so they're just going to come up on the side here like this, okay, and then go into the top piece. And then this piece is the piece that locks everything together. So if we look at how that locks in, it locks in like this, kind of, right? These other pieces lock in. So this the light piece then, so there's the light right there. That light piece then goes kind of like on top here, and it actually goes up inside of the cab, if you can see that, right? Up inside of the cab. And so all of that goes on like this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to shorten these wires so there's not a lot of play here, right? Put all this together, put all the windows and everything together, because the way I was doing it before was I was putting it up inside of here. I'm thinking that I can lock all this together like this, right? Even with the light up there, and lock that in with the wires, and then put the cab on. So when I get to that point, when I get all this stuff ready to put the cab on, I'll bring you back and I'll show you what we're doing here. The only thing I'm going to do right now with this is I'm going to change the light out. I'm going to change out this LED, this orange LED. I'm going to change it to a bright white LED, and the resistor is up inside of here, so I'm going to have to redo how this is all wound together, and again do some insulation, take some insulation off as I get it up there, and then position it with a little bit of putty. Alrighty, that's the name of that tune. So it's got a little bit more work to do, and then we'll be finished with this project. Alrighty then, so we have rewired everything, and I'm trying to get a close-up here of the wiring. I still need to put a little shrink tube on the resistor right there, and the LEDs. We got two LEDs there. One of them's just kind of popping out. Notice there's two resistors, one on each one. Let's go ahead and fire this puppy up. Let's see what happens. I've changed a couple of CVs on it. We've got the light blinking, flashing, and we'll tuck that in. Notice when I hit reverse on this that the front light goes out and the back light comes on. Let me see if I can turn down the lights a little bit here. There you go. So you can get a better picture of what's going on there. Again, turn the front light out, back light comes on. So that's working, and the engine's working fairly well. We've got may have a wire in there, but it's I don't know if you can tell, but it's very, very smooth, which is what we would expect from a Kato unit. This is typical of their stuff. It's just so hard to get a decoder in there, as you've now seen. So I'm going to go ahead and try to put the top on. It's got all the glasses already in there, and we're going to tuck this in, and I'll put some shrink tube on there, and we'll be ready to do the final test, and I'll bring you back when we're ready for that. Barring any issues. Okay. Alrighty then, so it's been some time, and this engine has been on the bench now. We've run it, we've gone through a lot of other things, and we're just, as I said to the client, 15 seconds of finishing up here. This Kato engine is one of my favorites, other than, as we mentioned earlier, it's a real pain in the butt. Because everything is so precise. It goes on, the top goes on this way, but you've got a whole bunch of pieces that have to go in just right. I've changed out, if I didn't talk about that earlier, I changed out the LED that's going to flash through the top that we added. I did put an orange one in there, and I didn't like the way it looked. I mean, it wasn't bright enough. It just didn't look right. So I went ahead and changed it out with a super bright sunny white LED, and tested it out too before I did that. But in order to test it out, you have to put it together, and then so I took it apart. So because I wanted to show you how to put all this back together again. Now, as I'm putting it together, these pieces here are the windows, and they actually go across the wires. So I have to leave room in the pieces for the wires. So this particular window one, you can see here where I've cut out. So I'll bring that close. You can see where I've cut those out. I wasn't very surgical, if I can use that term. I wasn't very surgical with those cutouts, because again, it's not seen, right? Everything below that is not seen at all. So going in though, I must make sure that the wires fit in those slots as I'm putting it together, or else it won't fit down in there. Mechanically, it won't fit down in there. So what I'm looking for is something kind of like that, right, where the wires are fitting through that slot. This part over here, because this fits tightly against that, it also has to have wire ways. So you've seen where I've butchered that up and kind of butchered this up, and I'm sorry, customer, you know who you are, that I've done that. But in any case, you're not going to see it because it's inside like this, and I'm kind of impatient at this point. Notice also something interesting here is there's a notch right there, right? Again, for the wires to come up this way, right, through. And you're going to see all that, it all has to come together before you put the top on. So we're gonna this other mechanism here has to go up inside there, and then it all snaps together and doesn't come out after you do it. So we're going to go ahead and put this together. The way it is put together, these had to come through this outer piece, the wires in this top piece. So I've done that, ready to go. This is the headlight or the light that comes out here. So up inside of there, we're going to place that up there now. All right, so we're going to do that. And see, I put a little mark on there. I need to be closer to the work, so let me do that. I'm gonna sit down here for a second. Here's the chair squeak. All right, and we're gonna place that in there like that. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. It's not being very cooperative. No. I'm going to get my tiny hands out. My tiny hands. And we're going to place that where it goes without messing everything else up. How about that? Okay. That kind of, it's not going to stay in there. So I'm going to get ready to put the windows in. This doesn't matter whether it goes this way or this way. I hope you can see that. This way or this way. It's both the same on both sides. But as you notice, this grill across the top holds that in. So it goes over top of this, kind of like this. All right. And then all of this has to snap in together as one piece. Yeah, he says. I mean, it really is ingenious the way it's done. I don't want to poo-poo, if that's a term I can use. I don't want to poo-poo what a pain this is, but because it is a pain, but it's really ingenious the way it all fits together. It's like a crossword puzzle, or I like to watch the one guy that does all these incredible puzzles that people make, handmade puzzles, and he rates them 1 to 9. This is not a 9, but because there's no hidden pieces to it, it's all very visible. But it is a puzzle, and everything must fit exactly. And I'm having a problem with getting this top piece in to the little corners. I mean, I can see it, but I can't. It doesn't feel right. Oh, I see what it is. Okay, so the issue here is that it's not forward far enough. All right, so I got to move it forward. Come on. Come on. Forward just a little bit. There we go. Finally in there where it's supposed to be. Now I can snap these down, pushing down here, trying to get the window to go in where it's supposed to, and it'll snap once it gets in there. Did you hear it? So it snaps just like that. Okay, now I've got that part together. All right, now it's time for the windows. Okay, and as we said, this one with the notches goes towards the front. That's the front, yeah. All right, with the horn, okay. And notice again, it's got these two little ears. These ears actually clip over top of the other pieces that are already in there. So I kind of see that right there. Right, they're clipped in there. And so they have to be in there before this piece goes in. Yeah. They have to go in before this piece, because notice that this piece here. All right, so I got to take this out. Got to take these windows out. All right, window. This window goes in first. well, it doesn't, there's no first or second here. Window. This window now has got slots on the side, right here and here, right, which holds the wires. So that has to be precise, and I'm going to have to turn it like this to make sure that the wires go up through those two slots. And I've got them set up so that the blue one, let's see, the white or yellow, oh God, the blue one goes on this side. Turn it around. Turn it around again. Now I get it. Feel like I'm out pressure washing and getting the hoses right. So now there, that's the way I've got it set up. So now I can push this towards that. Right? Push that towards that and kind of get these wires. There's the blue wire now is in the slot that it's supposed to be. The yellow and orange wire have to be in the slot. They just popped in. I just felt them pop in. So now that's the way that's got to be, just like that. The back window now, or front window. Now I can put this piece in. Okay, so now I put it over top. Right, and again, we're waiting for the windows to snap. All of those pieces going together. Come on. Now what did I do wrong? It is the way it goes, isn't it? No? When all else fails, look at the instructions. Time out. Time out. Well, okay, if you can believe the explosion, right? This is how I thought it was, and this is what it says, right? That this piece, I'm not quite sure, it's got it listed here this way, but it definitely is, as I thought, the seating or the cab interior is last in. Cab window sides are next in, then the cab window front, and then finally up here the lamp assembly. It's kind of where the lamp bracket shows here is kind of after these windows go in, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with that, but because you can't, the wires coming out have to go through this side, through that. In any case, I'm going to press on with this and see what the impression is, or how the fit is between these two. Little notches there should fit into that exactly. So it's going back to the maybe let's look at it a little closer to see what's going on there. But this should be correct, and as you can basically see, these notches then should fit over these humps. So maybe the windows are not far enough back to allow that to fit down in where it's supposed to. It should click as it goes across. It goes across the window tabs. Each side should click, and maybe the top piece is dislodged to the point where it can't. Okay. Well, this is no 15 seconds, is it? All right. Okay. Why is that note going in there? Close. Close, but no cigar. Well, I hate to take this all apart to see what's going on there. All right, time out, time out, time out. Okay, so I was right all along in the way it works, but the issue, I guess, is the fact that I've got two wires here and one. When I did the blue side over on this side, once the front windshield is up tight against it with the blue wire going through the slot, this window fell in place. This one is another story, because now what I've got to do is I actually have to get the wires to fall into the hole where they belong. So I'm using a little dental tool here to kind of coax them over to that hole. I don't know if you can see that. My head's in the way, maybe. Coax them over to the slot that they belong in. Okay. And once I get them coaxed into that slot, this piece should then snap. There it goes. Okay, ready? One, two, three, snap. Yes. Okay. Woohoo! All right. So the wires are in. These pieces are in. Now the last piece, which is this, then goes this way here. Okay. However, if you notice again, the wires can't go up across the top and gollywampus. They have to go underneath it. And there is plenty of room, by the way. Okay. Plenty of room underneath both of these. So let's see if I can get this down and underneath. There is plenty of room underneath here, right in this area, right, for wire. So by now I can take this piece, and we're going to do this backwards, right? I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to put it up there where it belongs, and again, this goes towards the front, so this goes this way towards the front, right? This way, this way, this way. And you notice these two little notches here, right? With this, and this notch, right, comes through here. So we got all that going on, right? And then this snaps in to the side windows with little pins on the side. So we're going to push that up into place. Try to push it up into place. One there, right? And the other one, come on, got it in there. Gollywampus, is that still a word? Gollywampus, is that still something that you can say now? I don't know. Pushing this down, I want it to snap in place. There's two pins, one on each side. Come on, come on, snap in there. It's trying very hard to snap. There. Again, this is a very unique puzzle piece here. Now, this goes underneath this, right? And we may have to even like double this over, it looks like this maybe, right? And put it under the step. So now the final piece de resistance, right? We're going to push this down like this, like this, like this, right? On both sides. And again, trying not to destroy everything. We're going to push, 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 push. It's got two little pins on the side. We're going to kind of push the side piece in and do one of those things. All right, saddle, saddle, saddle. Get down in there. Right. Saddle, saddle. Hopefully we're not pinching too much on the. There we go. We got that one in. All right. This one's next. Come on. Come on. Done. All right. We'll work on the irons and the grab irons and the rest of the stuff that needs to go on here to make this work out. We got some issue with this one for some reason. We'll fix that. We got a grab iron here. We got another one that's missing, and even if I have to make another one, I'll make one. All right, Oh, thank God. Hopefully it's going to work. So we're going to take it over now and see that it works. We tested it before, so it should work. I'm going to unstand you, all right, and take you over here, and put you on the machine. We need to get out of the way there. There we go. We got the boxes that go with this particular one. Another engine there in the way. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Everything's falling apart. Hold on. You never have these problems, I'm sure. Come on, stay there. Okay. Now we need to turn on the system. Would be nice. Let me get that ready, and then we'll come back. All right. So I've kind of taken off the big light so that you can get a good idea about the beacon and what it looks like. It's pretty good. Much happier with that than I was with it before. We're going to go ahead and turn some lights on here. Checking the headlight, right? The reverse light. This comes up in the back, so that's good, really good. Okay, even lights up the cab a little bit, which is not too bad, right? And now we're going to move it, right? Supposed to move it. Supposed to be moving it. All right, so what do we got? Oh, it'd be helpful if it's on the track. Okay, moving it the other direction. Nice. Oh, it's still not on the track. What? Okay, don't mind me. I don't know what I'm doing. Nice. Got a little bit of a gear noise in it, and even though we had done the gear lube and all the rest of that stuff, just a little bit more than I would have expected. Not quite sure why, but just a beautiful engine. Loving it. All right, that's it for now. Please subscribe. Hopefully we'll come up with something again real soon. I've got a bunch of engines now for the same customer that I need to do, and they're just plug-in, so no sense bothering you with that. This was a difficult one, and I'm pleased with how it turned out, and I'm sure the customer will be too. Adios. Is that what you're saying now? Adios. All right. Arrivederci.